Hi, this is Jason, and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Good evening, folks. Happy Saturday evening to you. A little bit somber at the moment because obviously tomorrow is Remembrance Sunday, and I'm one of the people who believe in it. I'm not one of these people who say that it's glorifying war. I don't think that there's any reason to say it's glorifying war, and I would like to read out a poem that I wrote a couple of years back to commemorate the fact, and it's called I Wasn't There. I wasn't there to feel your pain, to watch you lie in mud and rain. I can't imagine what you saw, how you wish for home, I'm sure. There is no way I can ever know how often you let your tears flow. To think of what you gave inside, I wear my poppy, wear it with pride. I wasn't there as you crawled, when you hoped the war had finally stalled. I can never know what you felt each day, the pain that never went away. Crawling from trench to trench, in slides of mud and nauseous stench. I was not there to see the tears you cried, so I wear my poppy, wear it with pride. The smile on your face as a letter arrived, and a reply that told your loved ones you had survived. After all these years you are still here to tell, but your lips are sealed about the war, the hell. I can't believe that one day people might forget the heroes, the brave, the ones we never met. I will tell my children about the people who died, and will tell them to wear their poppies with pride. Because I was not there, I can never understand what it must have been like to hold a dying man's hand, to watch their life just fade away, knowing it could be you today. So each year I think of the life I live, remember those that their life did give, just to give me the chance to breathe and survive. I will always wear my poppy with pride. Thank you. It's been a quiet Saturday. I've not done a lot in anything's terms really. I've done a few surveys this morning. I've spoke to a few people on the phone, and mum, my sister, etc. And we've watched a couple of films this evening. Me and Deb have this afternoon, this evening. The first one was called Ghost House, and it's really good. It's a good horror. It's a very, very clever horror as well. It's a bit cliched in places, but it's still good. It's still all right. It's got a good story to it. It's got a good characters. You always get a couple of wacky characters in there, and there's a couple of wacky characters. But yeah, I thought it was really good, and I have a feeling it might be a remake of a Japanese horror, because it had that feel about it. It definitely had the feel of a revamped Japanese horror, even though I think it's set in Thailand anyway, but it's really good. If you get a chance to watch it, it's called Ghost House, and I'd give it 7 out of 10, which is a good mark for a horror film off me. The second film we watched, we weren't sure what it was going to be like. It's called The Open House, and it stars, I think, is it Dylan Minetti's name? I think. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's called The Open House, and it's a psychological thriller. It starts with a man getting killed. Basically, he gets run over, and his wife and their son have to move to this house that's in the middle of nowhere. Basically, it's his sister's house, and they move there because they can't afford to live anywhere else. And basically, it's all about what happens once they're in the house. It's a psychological thriller. It's quite a clever psychological thriller, and it will leave you scratching your head. I can guarantee it. But yeah, it's okay. It's all right. But I would only give it 5. I would only give it 5 because I think it's been done a lot better before. It's been done a lot better before, and this is very quite cliched, and they do stupid things in it that you wouldn't do in certain situations, but the only time you will ever do anything like that is in a horror film. There's no way you would ever do what they do. You know what I mean? It's just out there. But yeah, I would give that one 5 out of 10. So them are my 2 film ratings for today. That was on Netflix. Oh, I also finished the film that I was watching last night with Jackie Chan in. It's called The Foreigner. And it's an unusual Jackie Chan film because Normally in Jackie Chan films, they're based on him taking on a drug baron or something like that, right? And it's usually set in China or America or something like that. This one's actually, it starts in London, and the majority of it is based in Ireland. And he basically takes on the IRA, which I thought was a unique twist to an action film for Jackie Chan. And the one thing I don't like is people have been complaining, saying, well, all his old films used to be all action, action, action. How come they're not no more? Do you not know how old Jackie Chan is now? He ain't in his 20s or his 30s no more. This guy's getting on a bit, you know. You can't expect that these actors that have been doing action films in the 80s, your Jackie Chans, your Bruce Willises, your Steven Seagals, your Van Dammes, are going to be making films now that are the same. They can't do all that lot no more. They're older people, you know, leave it for the younger ones that are coming through. Don't criticise an actor just because he can't be as action-packed as he was in the 80s and 90s. Bloody hell, we all get old. Do you know what I mean? Give them a break. I couldn't believe the rating this guy gave it. He says, oh, well, I didn't like it because Jackie Chan's films used to be all action and this one's mainly talking blah, blah, blah. It's like, this is a good film. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know what to expect from it because I just heard what it was about. Basically, Jackie Chan is a restaurateur. His only daughter gets killed in a bomb that's set by the IRA in London. He wants answers, so he goes over to Ireland and tries to find the answers that he's after. And I thought it was a really clever thriller. It was really good. Some good action in it as well. You know. Another person complained and said, well, I'm sorry, but showing bombings is a bit near the knuckle. Well, does that mean every time there's a bombing we can't show a film? Because if that's the case, there'd never be any films made that were thrillers. Because most thrillers involve explosives or a bomb of some kind. You know. If you want to give in to people and say, oh, well, from now on then, because somebody's blown up somewhere, we won't ever show a film with a bomb in it. Well, that's giving in, isn't it? That's saying we're going to change our lives to suit the bombers, basically. And I just think that's the wrong course of action. You know, we carry on making these films. You know, people don't complain when they make things like, you know, gory, gruesome horror films where somebody's slashing somebody up with, you know, a knife and you can see all their insides hanging out. No, that's fine. But don't show anything that, you know, might happen tomorrow on the news. We don't want to see that. Hypocrite. Other than that, today, like I said, it's been a quiet day. The weather's been very strange, actually. We've had blue skies sometimes. Sorry, just miles away there. We've had blue skies sometimes and dark sky other times. But yeah, that's what's happened today. In case you're wondering why I stopped the video there, it's because this next video I'm switching round. And the reason I'm switching round is because you won't know now because I'm going to switch it round, but this is back to front at the moment. That actually says Waiting for God, which you will be able to read clearly because I'm going to reverse it on the video so you'll be able to see it properly. It came today, me Waiting for God box set. It's on a lot longer than I thought, actually. It's on over 1,500 minutes, which I was really shocked at. I thought there was only 3 or 4 series of it, but I must be wrong. But I'm looking forward to that. The basis of it is you've got an old folks home that's run by a character called Harvey Baines. Now, anybody who's ever watched Only Fools and Horses will remember Cassandra's boss, Stephen. He was a yuppie, and he was really up himself, you know. In this series, Waiting for God, he almost plays the same kind of character. He is playing this sort of money-mad yuppie dude who owns a retirement home. And he thinks he can shortchange the old people because they won't care. But along comes Stephanie Cole. Now, Stephanie Cole's character in it is obviously an old elderly lady who's going into a retirement home, but she is not to be fooled. She has not lost her marbles, mate. She is completely, you know, au fait. And I'll tell you what, she runs circles around him. And it's got a cast of him, like I've just said, Stephanie Cole, Graham Crowden, who, to be perfectly honest with you, if you've ever seen any of the Frankie Howard films, like Up the Chastity Belt, Up Pompeii, he's in them. You know, in Up the Chastity Belt, he plays Sir Coward de Custard or something or other. It's something ridiculous like that. Anyway, he plays a ridiculous character. And in the retirement village, there is a woman who basically is Harvey's dog's body. And she is played by the brilliant Jane Davitsky. She is, you know, she's fantastic in it. I think it's Jane Davitsky. Is it Jane Davitsky? Something like that. Anyway, if you ever watched One Foot in the Grave, and you watch the series where Angus Dayton lived next door to him, his wife in it, that's I think Janine Davitsky or something. Anyway, I can't remember her name, but it's worth watching, honestly. If you like a good laugh and you want to see the old uns get their own back on the young uns, watch Waiting for God. I recommend it thoroughly. Well, it's day 10 of November. I can't believe I'm a third of the way through. And as you can see, you know, it looks like a slug's died underneath my nose, but there we go. The funding, like I say, you know, it's early days yet. I've still got 20 days plus, because obviously it doesn't just end on the 30th and then all the money stops. You know, people can donate for a while after that. I'll wait until about mid-November before I start thinking about putting the finances in. The ones that people have given me now, I'm putting on the internet. I've had £10 off Melody Woodman. I've had £5 off Michelle Susan Green. I've had £5 off, let me get this right, Adrian Sproston. No, I'm sorry, wrong name. Carl Bradbury. Sorry, Carl, it's because you were both, they were all my mates from when I was a kid. Sorry, Carl Bradbury, he gave me £5 as well, so I've got £20 there off people online. So, thank you. I've had a lot of positive comments on the poem that I've just read out to you, the I Wasn't There. Now, like I said, I'm a definitely believer in that we should remember these people. Now, when people say to me that it's glorifying war, or why should we, let me tell these little snot-nosies this, right? And this is to all those that think this, young uns. If those people hadn't have sacrificed their lives, glorifying war as you call it, you would not have the life you've got today. You wouldn't have a life, probably. Anybody in my situation, I wouldn't have been allowed to live because I've got a disability. You've got to remember that when Hitler wanted to take over the world, he wanted the perfect Aryan race. So I'd have been out. I'd have been dead. Simple as, mate. I wouldn't have been allowed to even have a life. And a lot of people on this planet would not have been allowed to have a life. So next time you're being, you know, up yourself and you're saying that it's glorifying war, just remember those graves out there, mate, and those ones that will never see a grave, they gave their life for you. Don't you forget it. All right, on that note, I'll say good night and I'll do another video tomorrow. If you're enjoying the videos I'm doing and you want to see more, you can subscribe by clicking the link there. And if you want to see my exciting day from yesterday, you can click up there. Thank you again for taking the time to watch my videos. Bye for now.